welcome to Newsfeed on Trust TV. I am Sumaya Abubakar, taking you through the stories trending online that people are talking about and sharing around the globe today. APC NEC to ratify Ganduje and Basiru as chairman and secretary. Oshomole kicks against current minimum wage, says his cleaner earns over 60,000 naira. INEC has power to decide how to transmit election results according to appeal court. And Kenyan woman stabbed to death by her house help. Now, top of what's trending today, we have the National Executive Committee, that's the NEC, of the All Progressive Congress APC, is now set to ratify the choice of Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje as national chairman and Senator Ajibola Basiru as national secretary of the party. This is coming after the resignation of former chairman Senator Abdullahi Adamu and secretary Senator Iyola Omisore. The Nation reported that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will confirm the date of the NEC meeting at the NWC's request following the endorsement of Ganduje and Basiru by the Progressive Governors Forum led by Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma during a meeting at Imo State Lodge in Abuja. The publication reported that the NWC, NEC and the governors agreed that there should be a smooth transition and continuity of the pre-existing zoning formula for the composition of the party's leadership. The National Caucus, of which President Tinubu is a member, is expected to communicate to the NEC the decisions of the APC governors and other party blocs before the new chairman and secretary assume office after the NEC ratification. Already, the decision have also been communicated to the state chapters and the parliamentary caucuses. Although the two nominees are expected to be ratified by the National Convention, the APC constitution has vested the NEC with the power to act in lieu of the convention in an emergency. A netizen commented, "The reason why APC can't be the party to move Nigeria forward, criminals everywhere, rogues helping rogues to the position of power." Another person said, "This is serious, he is putting his people everywhere." And another person wrote, "Gandola is supposed to head a party like APC. He suits their character." Next on what's trending, we have Senator representing Edo North Senatorial District, Adams Oshomole, has kicked against the 30,000 naira monthly minimum wage, which he described as a criminal wage. Oshomole, who sat for an interview on Channels TV on Sunday night, July 23rd, revealed that his cleaner earns more than 60,000 naira monthly. He also stated that the average responsible private sector employer is a better employer than the federal government or state government. He said, "What we call minimum wage is a criminal wage. If you exchange 30,000 naira at 800 or 700 to the dollar, what does that translate to? So the value of that minimum wage when it was 125 naira, when it was first introduced under Shehu Shagari's government, is about 2 times or 3 times the value many years later, even the public service. I can tell you what I have decided to pay my cleaner who I'm not sure has even had a school leaving certificate, but she's knowledgeable enough to clean the house. I found myself unable to pay her less than 60,000 naira. It's about my conscience. I'm trying to imagine what she has to pay for a house, and she told me that she has 4 children. Oshomole, who further stated that his background gives him an insight on the cost of living, added that he can't pay his cleaner any less in a clean conscience. The 71-year-old lawmaker said, "If I had chosen to employ a cleaner and chosen not to clean the house myself, that is the least I thought I could pay. The pay will not deliver a comfortable living standard, but what you call irreducible minimum for her to survive. If I do that to my cleaner, I have to do a little more to my driver because he requires some training and sometimes even retraining, and my security is in his hands," he said. A netizen said, "When he was the governor, he didn't increase the wages. Now he is talking." A guy opined minimum wage should be at least 70,000. Then Nigerian government must provide buses for the people, also provide conversation workshops where people can convert their cars to CNG, long-term fixed electricity, refineries, education, security, etc. Another guy wrote, "His cleaner gets paid with our stolen money anyways." Okay. Next on what's trending, we have the Court of Appeal sitting in Lagos has ruled that the Electoral Act gave the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, very wide discretionary powers to determine how it wants to transmit or transfer election results. The appellate court made the declaration while setting aside the judgment of a federal high court which ordered INEC to directly and electronically upload the election result of the governorship and state of assembly elections from the polling unit to the IRF. The appellate court, presided over by Justice Abubakar Omar, also described the suit filed by the Labour Party, its governorship candidate Badebo Rhodes Vivor, and 41 others as an abuse of the court process. The court, in the judgment endorsed by the two other members of the panel of justice, Justice Olukayode Bada and Justice Onyekachi Otisi, held that the power to make a regulation or guideline necessarily entails the authority to amend or vary it. The judge also held that not even the allegation that INEC breached its regulations during the conduct of the presidential poll can justify the order of the mandamus issued by the lower court, because that is an issue for the election tribunal. A netizen wrote, "I was expecting this, so there should be no need for election. They should just decide who to rule Nigeria." A lady opined, "How can they independently decide how to transmit results and then turn around to do something completely different from what they said earlier? This is not your personal company. This is the fate of millions of Nigerians. You just don't do it how you want because you have powers." Another lady asked, "So what are they trying to say? There is no re-election?" Next on What's Trending, we have the governor of Ogun State, Prince Dabo Abiodun, has announced a series of palliatives for civil servants, pensioners, and people of the state to cushion the effect of subsidy removal on fuel. Such measures and palliatives include the approval of sum of 10,000 naira for civil servants and pensioners every month, hazard allowance for health and medical personnel, food palliatives for the most vulnerable citizens of the state, immediate release of letters of promotion for 2021 and 2022 payments to leave bonuses for public servants in the state, immediate cash backing for the quarterly payment of the gratuities to pensioners. Also, the ministries, departments, and agencies will work out modalities ensuring that 20% of their staff strengths are off duty daily to ease the effect of the increase in price of fuel and other measures to ensure a better quality of life. Governor Abiodun also reiterated his commitment of the energy transition strategy with the launch of electric motorbikes and tricycles, the commencement of conversion of the state's mass transit buses to CNG, including staff buses and current public transportation buses in circulation, to reduce the cost of transportation by charging rates comparable to what was obtained during or before deregulation. Furthermore, the state government would commence road infrastructure intervention, with the local government working with community development associations and community leaders to present 3 roads that require immediate intervention. Finally, he noted that his administration will support micro, small, and medium enterprises through special schemes to boost production capacity and employment generation. A netizen opined, "See to the repair of all the roads in Ogun State. This is more important." Someone wrote, "Before showering praises on him, let's see it manifesting first." And a guy added, "Can the 10,000 naira transport some of them, for 2 weeks, because the transport fare is very cost now." Indeed. Now let's take a short break, and when we come back, you will see what Happy Boys did again. Stay tuned. Welcome back, it's Newsfeed. Now, Happy Boys recently challenged the General Overseer of Omega Power Ministries, Apostle Chibuzo Chinyere, daring him to try and forcibly fly them back to Nigeria against their will. Weeks ago, the group accused the pastor of deserting them and discontinuing their tuition payments in Cyprus. In response to the accusations, Apostle Chibuzo committed to flying them back to Nigeria for them to resume their studies, but they declined the offer. In a recent video, the boys were seen conversing with a friend who reminded them that the OPM founder had insisted on arranging their travel, and one of the boys fired back that the clergyman is not audacious enough to force them to return. The Happy Boys earlier urged Apostle Chibuzo Chinyere to forget about sponsoring their education or bringing them back to Nigeria. It came after the clergyman purchased flight tickets for them and renewed their passports with a promise of continuing their studies in Nigeria or Benin at his expenses. Take a look at the video.
OPS say you don't pay that flight, pay that the comment.
See, they don't buy you up here. Come up on this.
You don't pull up for airport.
Up here.
You don't pull up.
Come up on this. You don't joke.
I know, man.
A lady said, another reminder to never trust the loyalty of a hungry man. A guy wrote, they are just very ungrateful, not knowing that even friends laughing with them don't trust them. And someone said, the easiest way to have a bad name is to help an ungrateful man. Next on What's Trending, we have media personality Toke Makinwa, who has taken to social media to educate Nigerians on the kind of questions that they are not supposed to be asking people who are not really their friends. She stated that people should resist the urge to be stupid and stop asking people personal questions that could end up hurting people. Take a look.
It's not okay to ask certain questions. Yes, they stopped posting each other on social media. Yes, she's not wearing her ring. Yes, you see her going out more. Yes, you want to ask so bad if they're still married because they're your couple goals or because for some reason you think you're invested in their marriage more than they are. Resist the urge to be stupid. Why are you going to ask someone, are you guys still married or are you still married? Do you think that's even a personal question to ask? Like, honestly, if you were their friend, you would know. Some people might be going through something. Number two, stop asking people when they're getting married. I think the one that also annoys me is when you ask people, you know, if they want kids or are you trying or when are you guys having kids? What if they've had failed attempts? What if they physically can't have kids? Like, what if they don't have the money to have kids? Are you going to raise the children for them? Everybody's working on their own path. Like, work on yours so that people don't look at you like you're crazy. Stop asking people crazy questions. I'm whispering because I don't want people to hear what I'm telling you, because I know that if I shout, they'll say, maybe I've come again. But, please stop asking people when they're getting married, if they're still married, when they're going to have kids, if they want kids.
A lady opined, Nigerians are the most insensitive folks on the face of this planet. I said what I said. Boundaries means nothing to them. A guy said, people don't mind their business, especially in this Lagos. And a lady added, it is really annoying, especially newly wedded couple, 6 months and they don't see changes if you pass side talks here and there. Next on What's Trending, we have a sad news of a 30-year-old county chief officer, Rahab Karisa, was allegedly stabbed to death by her house help in Marani, Kilifi County in Kenya. Karisa, who until her demise was the chief officer for the fisheries and blue economy, was found dead in her room on Thursday morning, July 20th, 2023, after reportedly quarreling with the house help. An autopsy conducted on Friday, July 21st at the Kilifi County Hospital indicated that Karisa sustained a deep cut that pierced through the artery and partially the lungs. Her husband, Maxwell Mera, further detailed that it was a 13-centimeter deep cut below the scapula with a V-cut straight to the artery and part of the lungs. She bled to death. The widower added that his wife was set to turn 31 on Saturday, July 22nd. Kilifi County Police Boss Fatuma Hadi, who confirmed the incident, said investigations are underway. Hadi said the house help disappeared after the incident. The police boss said they have crucial leads that will lead to the arrest of the suspects. Karisa returned to the county on Wednesday, July 19th, from a trip to Italy. According to a private guard, the house help fled by jumping over the perimeter wall when security officers from a private firm arrived for morning duties. The house help was fleeing with the deceased child. Hadi dismissed reports that the suspect committed suicide. She said the body of a woman found dangling in a tree in Takauku is not that of the house help. Hadi said the body that was found hanging has been identified. A netizen commented, that is how I employed house help of almost 40 years to take care of my children. She beat me up when we had an argument. I almost died, strangling my neck, dragging me from upstairs to downstairs. Thank God I was able to call for help. Another advised, please let's be careful who we bring into our inner space. And another person said, what a cruel world we live in. Indeed. And lastly, on to a funny video of a cute boy trying or learning how to ride. Take a look. Well, falling is all part of learning, and getting up to continue will get you to perfection. And that is all on Newsfeed today on Trust TV. Follow us and subscribe to all our social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Bye.